Can you relate to this situation? You're learning English, you're getting better at understanding, you can even watch films and TV shows in English, and you understand most of what you hear. But when you try to speak or have a conversation, your brain freezes, your mind goes blank. You cannot say the words. You know you have the grammar, you have the vocabulary, but the words just don't come out. Or if they do, they come out very slowly. What is going on? Why does this happen? Don't worry, I'm here to help you and explain why this happens, why you shouldn't be too worried about it, and most importantly, what you can do to help solve the problem. Let's start with the why. To put it simply, understanding a language and producing a language happen in different parts of the brain. So different sections of your brain are responsible for the understanding, which is reading and listening, and the producing, which is speaking and writing. Also, different amount of effort is required from your brain to do each of these tasks. For example, when you are speaking or writing in English, your brain is having to put in much more effort in order to do that action compared to when you are just absorbing information through reading or listening. That is why it is easier for you to read or listen to English than it is for you to write or especially speak. The other reason is that most people, when they are speaking a language, have this fear of making mistakes. What happens is that fear and the shame around making a mistake acts as a block. Think of it like a mental barrier in your head, which is preventing those words from coming out when you are speaking. There's a little barrier which is preventing you from speaking fluently. So a really important thing to remember is not to worry about this. As you can see, there is a very real psychological reason why you can understand more English than you can speak. So it's very important that you don't worry too much about this, because the more you worry, the more it will affect your fluency. One of the best ways to improve your ability to speak in English is to stop worrying so much about making mistakes. Now, on to the really useful part. What can you do about this problem? Well, I have an action plan for you, but you have to follow this plan exactly. If you follow this action plan, I promise you will find it easier to speak in English. Step 1 of my action plan is to mentally prepare before your interactions. When you know you are going to have a conversation in English, before it happens, tell yourself, I will not worry about making mistakes. If you can let go of some of this worry, that mental barrier we talked about, the fear of mistakes and the shame we'll feel, will lower, and it will be easier for the words to come out. Step 2 of the action plan is to speak English every day, even if it's only for 10 minutes. I promise, even 10 minutes a day will make a difference. If you do not have someone to speak to, you can record yourself on your phone, and I have a nice activity that I always recommend to my students in another video, which I will link down below. But basically it involves, at the end of the day, speaking to yourself on your phone, almost like a video diary. So there's your speaking practice for the day if you don't have anyone to practice with. Step 3 of the action plan is to send voice messages. So whoever you have in your life that you send messages to in English, next time, instead of typing, I want you to press that voice record button and send a voice message. And most importantly, send the first message you record. Don't think about it. Don't write down what you're going to say. Just press record, speak, and send. The more you get used to sending a voice message, the easier it will be to have a face-to-face conversation. Next step of the action plan is to listen and imitate native speakers. All you need for this is a video, so you can look on YouTube, you can get a Netflix series that you like, press play, You cannot have subtitles for this, so no subtitles allowed. But after each sentence or two, pause the video and repeat exactly what they said and try to imitate everything. The pronunciation, the intonation, the words they stressed. You can do this with any video. Simply listen, pause, repeat, or imitate what they say. This will get you more comfortable using English when you're by yourself, no one can hear you, and then the next time you're having a conversation, you will feel a lot more confident. And final step of the English Fluency Action Plan is to sing in English. That's right, not just listen to music, but to learn the words and sing along. Listening to music in English is so effective for learning new vocabulary, but if you sing along with the words, you can take it one step further and become even more comfortable producing the language. Remember that mental barrier we talked about? Music is a great way to lower the barrier and release a bit more confidence. Next time you're listening to some music, make sure it's in English and make sure you sing along. So that is my 5-step action plan. Now, it might sound easy, but remember, you need to follow this plan every single day. The key to being fluent is consistent practice. And with those 5 tips that I gave you, I guarantee you'll be getting the practice you need to see a big improvement in your speaking confidence and fluency. If you're looking for more tips on English speaking fluency, you can check out my other video, 5 easy ways to speak English fluently. So it has more tips and advice for things that you can do every single day to help you in your journey to becoming a fluent English speaker. Thank you so much for joining for this lesson. As always, please do remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and I would love to hear if you have any questions or comments about the video or even suggestions for new classes. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next lesson.